Well, good job for Timber Moore in the tie-down roping. Now we're going to have two ropers working together as we get ready right now in the team roping.
These are the third generation rodeo brothers from Glentworth, Saskatchewan, Jesse and Tyler Popescal, turning their horses back around down in there. These are youngsters. I tell you what, these kids are here to win some money. Their uncle Murray Linthicum is very well known in the world of rodeo. Their grandfather George Popescal was a Canadian Cowboys Association champion. Their dad Wade, a champion as well. These are good looking kids, I tell you what, good kids. Straighten that head horse around. That horse looks excited tonight, and I would be too. We're talking about $2,000 to win the long go around, and that's per cowboy here at the Battle of the Buckles. Watching this, let's go. Outside. Now there's that head loop going on there around the neck. We need 2 feet. We have none.
Yeah, shucks, on the backside. This is called team roping because it is a team event. Both guys have to do things right. Both guys can take penalties. We don't want any of that happening, but unfortunately on the backside here, they took the no time, not able to pick up those back heels. If the guy catches only one back heel, it's a 5-second penalty. And again, that barrier penalty comes into play on the head side.
That's exactly right. We're going to get down in that 6-second range tonight. Now, I talked to some of the team ropers a little earlier today, and they said with that ground being a little soft on top, that the ropes might be a little bit dead on the heel end. They might not have some bounce to them. We saw that rope that the Pescal boys threw in there on the back end, and it just kind of died when it hit the ground. So that might come into play. I think maybe tonight, the stiffer the rope, the better, the harder the rope. Backed in, ready. Travis Booth, Clint Maddox, inside.
Well, a couple of Canadian Finals rodeo cowboys last year, and let's see how quick they can be. They were 18-7 on their 2 runs to get them here. But you know, you can come in at the bottom end, and if you light it up in the short go in the championship round, you can still be the champion.
Exactly, we saw that with Timber Moore. Header man slowed up, made sure he didn't break that barrier, made sure on the heel end. All right, qualified, that's what we need. We've talked about the 6-second runs tonight. Oh, we're getting a penalty on that one. I saw him hold up on the head end. Did he still break that barrier?
I
Yes,
think maybe he did. You could see him trying to not break the barrier, but that's exactly what happened. 6 and 5 got away. You could see that guy trying so hard to hold that horse up, but the horse wants to charge out there and start doing its job, and here that 10-second penalty does kick in, and 16 and 5 is the result.
Well, we're going for the money tonight. There's absolutely no point in being late. If you're not taking chances, you're not trying hard enough. Our next team of ropers sent down there, spinning their ropes. You know these cowboys, one of the McCarroll brothers, Matt Fawcett, Dave, Justin McCarroll.
And they're in at 17-2, Cam Rose and Stetler. If your last name is McCarroll, I think you're going to be a team roper. It sure seems that way, and they're all good ones, too. It's kind of like Cooper's in the tie-down roper.
It would be a quiet Christmas dinner if you weren't a team roper, I'll tell you. What else would you talk about?
Isn't that right? Say, I'd like to talk about my piano playing skills. Yeah, well, not at this table. Oh, man, okay. Let's watch him get ready.
Barrier's played into it. He slowed up. We're not breaking the barrier this time. We're a little bit late. Watch the heater man come around. There are 2 heels just right. When the steer is drawn tight between the horses, that's when our field flag judge will drop the flag. Now, no broken barriers, no missed heels. As we watch it back on the rerun, clean around the horns. That is the preferred type of head catch. 6.9. Good job. Take the lead. Apply the pressure.
Well, that 6 and 9 combined with their 17 and 2 going to put them in at about 24 and 1 unofficially. I'm kind of doing those figures in my head, and you know that may not work. Sid Sporer of Cody, Wyoming, and Sean Bessette of Vaughan, Montana. These guys come up to this side of the 49th parallel with some regularity, and they usually go home with a whole bunch of Canadian dollars.
That's exactly right. They're very accurate ropers. Now, as we slide in from 10th on down to 1st in the order tonight, we're getting quicker as we go, which means the Cowboys, as we get lower in the order, have a little more room to perhaps be just a little bit slower. This Montana man on the backside, I tell you what, he can throw that heel loop. Nothing prettier in the world than watching that heel loop timed by the cowboy on the back end. The Cowboys have been dealing with that barrier tonight and handling it pretty well. Looks like the deal is to maybe turn the steers out a little bit. Let's see. These ropes are made of nylon. You can see that cowboy spinning that loop out there, making sure it's measured properly. Outside, I think he scored that one perfectly. Dave, no head catch.
No, we couldn't drop the loop over the head of those calves, so unfortunately didn't quite work. But I'll tell you one thing, you know, you talk how many ropes would these guys throw in the course of a year as they practice? Wow, huh?
Well, it's their business. I tell you, a lot of these cowboys get up in the morning. They go to roping steers at 8 o'clock in the morning. They stay with it till supper time, go in and eat, come back out and do it some more. Practice makes for perfect performance.
Hey, take a look at this right now. August 15th to 25th, North America's largest and oldest theater festival. The Edmonton Fringe Festival captivates visitors and performers from all over the world. Book your Edmonton adventure at destinationedmontonhotels.com today. All right, our next team in behind the barrier, getting ready right now. Don DePauli, great veteran from Longview, Alberta, been to the Canadian Finals rodeo a few times over. He and Travis Nicholson have put together a pretty good team so far in 2013.
I tell you, Travis Nicholson on the head side is a great big guy. He's got 30 feet of rope in his hand, and this big man can throw that about 35 feet, and he's just a kid. Watch this reach. The further you are behind that steer, the less catch percentage you have. But this guy is absolutely great. Look behind that steer. We're going left already. Now here comes the veteran. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We haven't seen that from Don DePauli very often.
No, that was just a kind of a tough. I don't think that was maybe the best steer. You know, we talk about the luck of the draw, and it's every bit as important in the timed events as it is in the rough stock events. And here you see this steer really not wanting to cooperate a whole lot, and kind of made the job doubly difficult for the heeler in this case. And unfortunately, no time for DePauli and Nicholson.
He's a bit disappointed about what he did tonight, and the crowd knows that he's a veteran. They know he'll be back next year. Gave him a nice round of applause tonight.
How about Doolin Palominos right here? I tell you, I like that. That's nice. Don't see too many teams.
It's not a requirement, you know.
No, it isn't. No,
not at all.
You don't have to ride matched horses
Look
or
at
anything.
those horses, stars on their head, the whole deal.
It looks nice. Maybe they are related. I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. We know this. Riley Wilson of Cardston, Jackson Lewis of Vernon. Very, very good. Let's see how quick they're going to be right here. Come on, guys.
Riley Wilson is unconscious on the backside. Now, we didn't see that heel catch. Is that 2 feet in there?
I think so. I think that 6 and 4 is what we've got right here. Now let's take another look at it on the head side. There's the turn. Let's see. Now we're going to get a good look at it. Yeah, he got both of them. Nice, 6 and 4.
Oh, good for Riley Wilson. You give Riley Wilson a look at those heels, he'll bring you back 2 toes every time. Good job.
What that does, by the way, is takes those guys to first place overall with that 6 and 4. So Wilson and Lewis atop the board right now.
All right. Steele DePauli, head side. He's from Longview, and we've heard the name already tonight. We saw his dad rope a minute ago. Casper Roy from Mosley is on the backside. 3rd generation team roper. This young man is very good. Now, Steele DePauli can throw that head loop a long way as well, and he rides a great horse. This gray horse has got such a start. This horse has got a lot of run right out of there, and then a very smooth corner as that horse goes off to the left. That's the thing that you need. You don't want to be whipping that steer around behind you. You need a good, smooth handle. Casper Roy is ready, too, on the backside.
Well, and he's a great tie-down roper as well as Steele DePauli. And I don't know if we can get a look at the cast on that one leg down there. Maybe he's been able to get it off. Maybe it's a removable cast that he takes off when he's actually climbing in the saddle. But he's riding out here with a broken leg, and let's see what they can do on the head side. Pick up 2. No, sir. Head side did not work. No time.
We needed the curl on that loop to come around that inside horn, back around that left horn. Let's see if we can see that. We're going to get that right horn, no problem, but when he goes to pull his slack, bounces off the inside horn, it's all for naught. No time.
All right, well, let's take a look at this right now. All right, as we're ready, our next team rolling into position. This is Brady and Kyle, the Chapel boys from Moose Jaw, Gravelburg. Didn't you pick these guys in the team?
I picked these guys. Okay. I've been watching these young men grow up in the world of team roping. We've got Kyle on the front end. We've got Cousin Brady on the back end. Watch this heel horse. Kyle will jump out. Kyle, we need 2 horns. That a boy. Look at this heel horse. Oh, boy, we're tight to the fence down there. Uh-oh. We've only got 1 heel in there, so we'll be adding 5 too bad for those Cowboys. 12-7 now total running time. 7-7 in 5 seconds. This steer got tight to the fence, and that's the thing about this arena. I've roped here. And you know what? That fence comes up very quickly, and there's not a lot of room to throw your rope in between the fence and that steer. Did as good as he could on the back end. 12-7. They're not going to take home the buckles, Dave.
Well, Jeremy Bueller and Dylan Parker might, though. I'll tell you what, there's another one of these teams that's been put together here in 2013, and I'll tell you, they can be very, very fast. Now, they come in here right now at 10-8 is where they're sitting. So let's see what we're going to be able to do with the Arrowwood and Ward, Montana man right here. Hands across the border, Jeremy Bueller, Dylan Parker.
Exactly. As we get deeper in the order, these Cowboys have had more opportunity to watch the steers. You'll see a lot of them sitting up on the chute back there. This steer comes to the left. Ah, man. No head catch.
Doggone it, they just had to be 9 and 8 or faster. But sometimes, you know, that's almost a hindrance to you. Sometimes you want to be, you know, you just want to be as fast as you possibly can. When you think you got a little time to play with, that's when you mess up.
Well, you know, when you're practicing team roping, you never practice just to catch. You always practice to win first. And when you get in a position where all you have to do is catch, it's different. You don't know what to do sometimes.
Exactly right. Well, let's watch Levi Simpson of Claresholm and John Robertson of Polson, Montana. These guys have known what to do pretty much throughout the year. They have been lighting it up in the last little while. Holy mackerel.
If this heading horse is ever missing, come look at my place. I love this horse. Look at the run. Now watch the corner. That horse is so smooth. Have we got two, David?
Oh, I told you. I told you. How about this time? How about this time the announcer actually got it right? Oh, my neighbor right here. Look at this.
Good
Head
for you.
side, back side. I love it. That is nice. How about that 5 and 5 to go with what they already had? They're going to be in at about 15 and 4. That's nice.
I'm glad you're doing the math. I can't do 1/3 of that.
Well,
Dave.
and I'm doing it, but I'm not guaranteeing it by any means.
One team left. Did we save the best till last? Oh boy. No, I think we're done.
I think so. I think maybe Petska and Rogers aren't here, so we're done here in the team roping, and what a great way to finish it off.